I've got nothing to talk about.
Something will come on.
Something will happen.
It's because you've got pangs of hunger or something. I always get like that when I get nibbly.
Nibbly?
Yeah.
Is that a technical term?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Nothing. Freak.
No, you know, when you get hungry, you sort of slow down mentally. Or is that just me?
I'm always slowed down mentally anyway, so...
So yeah, I think you're perpetually hungry, you need to eat more.
Can't remember how to get back to the menu on this. Can you remember?
I've never used my Xbox as a DVD player.
Oh, Xbox Home, that looks promising.
Actually, I probably should try using my Xbox as a DVD player, because my current DVD player has this...
So I think it's quite a good way to kill them off. Because I used my old one for quite a while, and then it died.
Oh, right. Well,
just saying. I don't know if it's connected, but like running the entire Futurama on it non-stop for about a year killed it.
Oh.
Yeah. No, that'll probably kill most things.
It's just my current DVD player has this weird effect on my HD TV, in that when I play it causes this sort of buzz. Like if there's a lot of white on the screen,
yeah,
the TV will actually buzz.
Really?
Yeah, it's only when I'm using the DVD. If I'm playing a game or watching TV and there's a big white screen or something, it's fine. It's only when it's the DVD that's
How many
playing.
Cathode rays is it firing at the screen?
What
It's even what it fires
screen.
at
It's a flat screen, it doesn't have cathode rays. Cathode tubes. What? No, listen.
Hey, come on, we're watching this classic on a cathode ray.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that
it makes films look better. Have you watched anything on new TVs? Everything looks like it's filmed with a handycam, even like the best films in the world.
What, on HD TV? I don't actually have an HD.
If it's HD, especially if it's HD and it's got like the 3D thing as well, everything looks just too real. It looks horrible.
I don't actually.
It doesn't look like a film anymore. There's no grain. There's no nothing. Yeah. It just looks like. It literally looks like somebody stood in the street and filmed like even Star Trek and stuff like that. It just looks like it's filmed on a handycam.
But I didn't get an HD TV to watch films. I got it to play games. Because it's impossible to play a game now on anything other than an HD TV because the text is so teeny tiny.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Do you remember when they did that with Dead Rising? And everybody was up in arms because it was designed to be on like a high def.
Well, I didn't get it,
and everybody was like, "You can't read it; it's unplayable." And it's true. I have it, and I've never done anything because I can't tell what I'm supposed to do.
Well, up until Dead Rising, I only ever had like a portable telly.
Yeah,
I was getting by with a portable telly, and then I got Dead Rising, and I couldn't read a damn thing. Yeah. So I got a larger telly. It wasn't a high def; it was just a larger telly.
Yeah,
didn't solve the problem. But I could kind of make out what the text was in Dead Rising. But it was because of Dead Rising I got a bigger TV.
I'm quite impressed actually that TV is still going because it's... I dread to think how old that is.
Those things are indestructible though.
And how much it's been used though. That's from Rare.
Yeah.
So it was used as a test TV. So it's pretty much been on like all day, every day for years.
Well, I've got like 20-year-old... I've got a 20-year-old TV... at least 20-year-old TV sitting back at my house. Yeah. And that's still on the go perfectly well.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is, 7 years ago...
along with your Mega Drive.
Yeah, the Mega Drive's still kicking. I've got a Commodore 64 as well. They keep me in run through all the old cassettes and stuff.
Yeah, if you've got a day to load a game.
Yeah. Well,
the novelty of that wears off real fast.
I was going to do that through summer. I was going to be really brutal with this massive box of cassettes that I've got.
I've got one of those in the attic. It's like 2 foot deep, and it's just solid game cassettes. There's so many that I don't think I've ever played them all. Because I got them like sort of second hand or somebody.
Well, I was just saying, I was buying boxes of them at car boot sales through the 90s.
Do you remember I used to get like the compilations used to come on the front of the magazine? I
love those.
Yeah, but you used to have to wind it to the right place, and if you were out by one digit on the counter, it wouldn't load. You'd either get like, it would load like a line of code from the previous game, or it would miss a line of code off the new game, and it just wouldn't load. But it wouldn't just do it like at the beginning. It wouldn't go, it failed to load. It would go all the way through it, like an hour of loading, and then it would just come up with error.
Well, like, think about it. That's what you were doing. The old Commodore 64s didn't have any space for anything except their basic operating system. So you were essentially reprogramming the computer each time you turned the tape
that's the whole point.
So if you missed something...
I suppose we need to explain it to the youngins who might be listening to this.
No, they can look it up.
A Commodore 64 was a computer.
Sod them, they can look it up on Wikipedia. I'm not explaining that to them, the reprobates.
There's damn youths.
They don't know anything.
There's youths and their computers and their internet.
Stuff's too easy for them.
It is.
They need a bit more hardship.
Should we start off on the rant about how we had to collect films as youngsters? The earning films.
Yeah. It's too easy to watch TV these days as well. I mean, in the past you missed something.
You were screwed.
You missed something.
Yeah, you had to wait for a rerun maybe.
These days, if you miss something, well, you won't miss anything really because you've got like 5 different formats.
You can either record it like 20 programs at once digitally, or you can get it on an hour later on the other channel. That's the same channel that plays everything an hour behind.
But I actually threw off the sort of shackles of TV ages ago. I just came to the conclusion, right? If I miss something, it's not the end of the world.
I don't really follow that much on TV.
There's very little I watch.
Mainly because I don't have Sky and stuff anyway.
No, I don't either. I don't want Sky.
So because I'll lose my life. Yeah. I know I will, because there's like things like Walking Dead and Boardwalk Empire and all that kind of stuff, and I know that'll be it.
My theory, my approach now is if I'm genuinely interested in something, I will pick up the box set.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I do, and then I watch it back to back.
Yeah,
don't have to wait for the next episode anyway.
I've done that with the first 2 seasons of Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
But the next box set is not till next year.
Yeah.
2014.
Rubbish. The swines.
Well, I mean, I burnt through the first 2 seasons really quickly, and now, of course, I've got to wait this long amount of time to find out what happens next.
It's interesting though, because I was walking up to pick you up, I was talking to Helen about, because we were walking past the cinema.
Yeah.
And I was saying how cinema wasn't really an influence on me as a kid, because I didn't have one that I could go to.
No. Well,
so my whole film viewing experience has been on the small
TV,
screen.
Yeah.
So that's why rental places have such a nostalgia for me.
For me, it's more. It's the same.
That was my access to movies. Was rentals.
Well, as a kid, I always remember going with my brother to the horror section and poring over all these hand-drawn covers.
Yeah, these are the beautiful 80s covers.
Yeah, because there wasn't any of this crappy photography Photoshop nonsense.
Yeah,
it was all hand-drawn and painted. Yeah. It was like works of art, and you'd turn them over and you'd look at the gory screenshots.
Yeah, there's two pictures of the back. You'd squint at them to try and work out what they were.
And you'd end up making up stories and stuff. Yeah, that kind of thing was a bigger influence on me than actual cinema itself.
I'll tell you something, there's a film that they used to have in the video shop and I was never allowed to rent it, and I can't, it's so annoying. I really want to see it because it's probably shit. Almost certainly shit, because it came out, it was like a 80s B movie. I can't remember what it was called, but it fascinated me because it had I can't remember if it was the front or the back of it, but it was basically the idea was that all the stuff that got caught in the Bermuda Triangle ended up on the dark side of the moon. So it had this shot. I can't remember. It was this painting. I remember it. I can remember that it had the painting of the moon with battleships and planes and stuff all sort of stacked up. I know, and I don't know what the film is or anything, and I really want to see it. Well, it's
that's the kind of thing which will be on YouTube somewhere.
It's gotta be,
if
but
you can find the title for it.
Find it. Yeah, exactly. I don't know how to go about.
Well, just Google Bermuda Triangle.
I've tried all that shit, and I can't find it.
I'm gonna have to find this now.
Maybe somebody out there has seen it and will know what it is and say, "Oh yes, this," and I'll be I'd be so happy. I bet it's awful.
So this is less of rambling and more of a call for help.
It is now, yeah. Yeah. I really want to see that. It probably is absolutely god awful, but I want closure on that bit of my life.
Oh, there's so many bad, really bad B movies on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I know.
Well, I mean, was it? Yeah,
we were going to do a watch.
Day of the Comet or Night of the Comet is on YouTube somewhere.
It is Day of the Comet.
No, it's Night of the Comet.
Is it? Mm. Oh, who cares? Shit. Anyway, apart from that bit with the Joker. Yeah.
So that's loads of stuff's on YouTube. There's loads of crappy B movies.
But there is, as you say, there's something about earning stuff. actually
tracking it down, going to the effort,
hunting it down.
The
like
genuine...
that film, if I find it will mean so much to me because
this
of,
sense of satisfaction.
How difficult it was to
I have seen it
acquire.
now.
Even if it's crap, I'll be like, it'll always have a special like place in my heart. I remember picking it up nearly every time we went in, but it was like an 18 or something. I wasn't allowed to rent it, and I just remember looking at it and going, "Oh man, it looks so good!" Because like the premise is awesome. Like all this stuff kind of gets transported through a vortex to the dark side of the moon because like you can't see it from Earth. It's like it makes so much sense. I was like, "That's brilliant. That's so good." I'm probably remembering it all wrong, and it's not at all about that.
Well, I mean, it's partly the artwork on the front cover that will have conjured up...
It was all painted.
That will have conjured up all this imagery in your head.
I can remember like the World War II battleships and stuff.
So the chances are the idea that's in your head is way better
than the film's ever going to be. That's it. It's like...
So at this point, you're not going to be satisfied when you do see...
No, and if I'm not, I'll just make the movie myself. But this is the film I wanted it to be. But yeah, I remember like things like when they first released the Alien Special Edition, because it was like must have been something like 15 years since it was made when it came out.
Well, Aliens.
Aliens, yeah. Oh, and they did the director's cut.
Wait, when you first saw the special edition?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Like it came out on video about 15 years after.
I was going to say it's been more than 15 years. Isn't it?
Yeah, I know. It's like it's over 25 years now.
Yeah.
It's getting close to 30 years. But yeah, when they first released it on VHS, and they only released it for a limited period, and I think it was rental only. And like that film was so hard to get hold of, and like I knew people. I had a friend of mine who paid over £100 for an ex-rental copy of that film.
Crikey!
And then when I was in college, like the video shop across the road from the college was closing down, and they were selling it off. It was about £5.
Oh.
And I was like, I'll just have this. And he was like, okay, it's £5. And I was like, really?
Really?
He was like, yeah. And I was like,
it's like, I know how much it's actually worth.
I was like, oh, you don't know what you've got. Beautiful. And it was such an achievement to have it.
Did you rub it in your friend's face?
Yeah, a little bit. Because he was there at the time as well. And he was like, what the fuck? So good. And the other thing as well is like that the ex-rental tapes were indestructible. It was like a house brick in comparison.
Well, think of how many times it was supposed to run
designed
through
to be played a million times. I've still got it. It's really awesome.
Actually, yeah, I still own a couple of VHS tapes, which is stupid because I can't even remember the last time I turned my VHS player on.
Yeah,
I've still got one kicking around somewhere.
by there actually, but yeah, I mean that's the thing. It was.
I don't even know if my VHS player plugs into my new TV. Actually,
I must do. Everything's still got SCART connections, even now.
Hope so. No, but I got a couple of boxed horror movies, which I have never seen. I've probably should track them down on YouTube and rip them off from there.
Yeah, so there are a few like obscure things that still don't get reprinted and stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff that hasn't quite made it to
the
DVD.
Max, I've got that on VHS. And
that's a seriously dubious copy, isn't it? It's like that was filmed. The copy that you've got was filmed off the telly.
No, the copy I've got, the legit copy.
Oh right.
But I gave you a copy. I managed to pull the files from the DVD.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did I?
A little bit compressed, I think. That's the only problem.
Was it a digital copy that you gave me, or was it on a CD?
I can't remember now.
Neither can I, because I don't remember watching it outside of your house.
Yeah. I've got like a proper version of it.
I remember seeing it at your place, but I don't remember getting a copy from you. Sure,
well, the digital copy that I've got is like obviously ripped from the VHS, so there's not that the quality drops.
Ah, yeah, that's why I thought it was ripped from the telly or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't a straight copy from. I see.
Because you have to port the files across and all that kind of stuff. I could give you a digital copy, but it's still a digital copy from the VHS. But like, you can get it now on DVD, but only from America, and they won't.
No.
And it's directly from the company that produced them, and they won't ship out of the States.
Bastard.
Yep, it really pisses me off that.
Might have something to do with licensing.
Probably.
The number of times.
No, it's through MTV originally, so probably. I don't know how MTV works over here.
Well, it's like any other production company.
Evil.
Yeah, they want to get as much money out of it as possible. Probably one of the reasons why piracy is such a problem is they don't have that kind of releasing. Global releasing.
That's it. It's like I buy a copy because I want a proper copy of it.
Yeah, I'll buy. There's loads of things I'll buy a copy of, but if I can't,
I want like a legit copy. But if I can't get hold of it, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the number of times you've heard a number of times I've heard a soundtrack or something and not been able, and wanted to buy a copy from Amazon and not been able to.
Yeah. And you just rip it from YouTube or something like that.
I'll never admit to having done that, but yes, I can understand why people do.
It's potential that you could do that if you had the right technology.
Yeah, which
I wouldn't
most
know.
of us do.
Never done that.
Because we're law-abiding people.
Yeah. Oh Christ. What have we done?
For websites that allow you to rip footage from YouTube, please follow the links on the
What are those blue flashing lights outside? What is that? But the risk of taking this in an even darker direction, like it's that whole thing with like pornography and its accessibility online now.
Yeah, it's way
compared to how you used to have to stay up really late to maybe get a glimpse of a boob on Channel 5.
Yeah. I miss late night Channel 5.
Yeah. There's something about having to sort of earn your wings in a way.
Channel 5 used to feel so fucking cheap, didn't it?
Yeah, it was awful.
I mean,
I really loved it then, and I still love it now. It still takes the neck out of itself, and I think it's beautiful.
It wants to be slightly more respectful now, though. That's the problem.
Well, yeah, it's because they don't show like shitty porn movies.
Well, it shows how desperate they were for viewers that they thought the best way to do it.
The thing is, they were so bad
late night softcore.
Because they weren't even good enough to have like a good it wasn't a good enough story to watch it as a film.
There was no way they could air anything more.
And the porn wasn't good enough either.
I don't know.
So it was just a bit of shit. All he ever got was a jiggling boob or two.
That was enough.
Right.
But,
okay. I'm obviously more corrupted than you. It takes a lot more now to raise my flagpole.
I was a teenager at the time, leave me alone.